Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in for another pattern tutorial. I've got this gorgeous 2-row repeat pattern for you, and to look at it, it looks like the alpine stitch, but it isn't. It's very close to it, but just look at the gorgeous pattern that it creates. It's a great one for cushions. It's a great one for any projects you want to make, really. And all it is a double crochet and a front post double crochet. Unfortunately, it's not both sided, but like I said, it's a great one for anything that you want to create, you know, a tighter fabric for. Now, I think this is just so pretty. It looks so nice in darker colours as well. I think the darker the colour, the more it would show. But I could be wrong. I haven't tried it on a lighter colour for now. I started with a single crochet row and I've just finished with a single crochet row, but of course you don't need to do any of that. We're just working on an even number of chains, so you can eliminate the double crochet row completely if you wish. Sorry, the single crochet. What do you think? I think it's gorgeous. I'm very happy with this. Lightweight yarn and a 4mm crochet hook. Bring it in. Just looking through the camera so it doesn't blur. So as you can see, my work always sort of, I did chain this on very loose. So 4mm is what you need for a lightweight yarn. But if you're like me and your chain still can get a little bit tight, go with a 4.5. Although it probably just needs a bit of a stretch. And once you've completed your work, just give it a bit of a tug, because we're working the front post double crochet from the row below, and it can squish the work in a bit, but it's gorgeous. Right, I'm going to show you how to make this. The other thing I wanted to say before I begin, I chained 3 for one of the rows. Now you can either chain 2 or chain 3. It might look like the work has expanded that way and it's narrower in the middle. That's not the case. It's purely because the majority of the work's here, and in the center it just kind of pulls in, but nothing that you would think, right, okay, the work's warped. But like I said, you can chain 2 here. Actually, what I might do in fact is chain 2 with you here and see if it makes a bit of a difference. Chain 2. The reason why it was chain 3 is because we were moving on one row. We start from the second stitch, and then the alternate row we start from the third, so I was allowing that space. So okay, let's push this aside and we'll begin this pattern. Okay, so grab your materials and a 4mm crochet hook. If you want to try this with anything else, then go grab those and we can begin. Just get my notes. Yeah, so double crochets and front post double crochets, that's all you need. Do your slip knot how you do your slip knot. That's how I do mine. And even chain, so let's just chain 16. Nice and loose if you can. Okay, once you've got your 16 chains, if you're working the sample with me, we are going to begin with a single crochet row. So if you know how to do the double crochets, then fabulous, we can carry on. If you're a complete beginner, please do practice those. I do have a video listed just for complete beginners for single, half, double crochet, and I believe a double crochet. You can click on those. If I get to the end before you, please pause, and you can also slow down the video from the settings options. Just press the little wheel and it will be under playback menu. Right, single crochet, so we know we've count the one on the hook. We skip one, go to the next one, pop your hook in, pull up the loop and pull through 2. Next chain, pull up a loop and pull through 2. These are your single crochets. And please do the single crochets right till the end of your chain. Okay, if you haven't quite reached the end of the chain, you can pause now. Okay, next one is a double crochet row. So this will count as row 0 technically, and it's the next 2 rows that you'll be your repeat rows. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So row number 1, chain. I said I was going to try chain 2, yeah? Let's go for chain 2. So that chain 2 will count as a stitch. Just move on to the next one and do a double crochet. Sorry, I'm recording this quite early in the morning, 6 AM. My window is open because it's quite warm, if you can hear all the birds outside. Okay, so row number 1 completed, and we're trying it with a chain 2. Okay, so chain 2 and double crochet row. Now begins the row. Let me just check actually. No, I do apologize. We've done the double crochet row, and we won't be doing a double crochet row again, a straightforward double crochet row. The next row, row number 3, is the one that you need to repeat, but you just need to, it's going to be exactly the same. We'll do the row number 3, then we'll back to the single crochet row, row number 3, single crochet row. So the only difference will be that we'll just place our front post alternate every time we use row number 3. So chain 2, and that will count as a stitch. Move to the next double crochet and do a front post double crochet. So put your hook behind, yarn over, put your hook behind out the other end, and pull through 2 and pull through 2 like a normal double crochet. The next one, you just pop a double crochet on the top of the stitch like this. Next one, front post double crochet. So yarn over, go behind it, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2. So we are alternating. One's going to be a front post, one's going to be a normal double crochet. Front post and standard double crochet on the stitch. And you want to repeat this all the way to the end, and I'll show you what to do at the end. You will have a stitch double crochet here and the chain 2. So pop your front post double crochet, and with chain twos I always just go into the chain two space, but you can use the top chain two. Go into there and do your final double crochet. Okay, next row is a single crochet row, so chain one, and you want to place a single crochet row into every stitch starting from this one here. Both loops, single crochet row. Okay, and then the last one you can pop in the chain two here. Actually, yes, I prefer the chain two, I think. So we'll do the front post double crochet row again, and I'll show you where to place those. So chain two, flip your work. Now what you will do is you will alternate. So this is the front post double crochet, that's the normal double crochet. We are now going to place our normal double crochet on top of the front post, and then when we find there's the two front post double crochets, that's the one that's behind. So what we will do now is bring that one forward by using a front post double crochet on this stitch. So we've just placed a double crochet, yarn over, then find the next one, go behind it, oops, and do your front post double crochet. And next one is a front post double crochet. We will place a normal double crochet on the top of that. So what we're doing in fact is we have a front post here and a front post here, but we're drawing up the front post from the row below from the normal double crochet from the previous row. So next one is front post double crochet, and a double crochet on the stitch on the main row. So we look to this one at the bottom and do a front post double crochet, and this one, which was the front post double crochet from the previous row, you can see it's popping out, just do a normal double crochet, and we alternate like this. This is what creates this lovely little texture, and I'm quite surprised it looks very much like the alpine stitch but without all the it's just a simple way. Now once we've done our last front post double crochet, we will have a normal double crochet and another normal double crochet standard. So on the stitch there and on top of that last single crochet. Chain one, back to the single crochet row. So we place a single crochet row every time we do the other row. Both loops, okay? Make sure you go into the chain two space as well. That's the back and that's the front. Can you see it's forming now? I'll show you this row one more time because it will chain two. And what do we do? So if we look at this angle here, there's the front post double crochets. The first one is a normal one, so we're going to go straight in and do a front post double crochet on there. We're just doing the opposite of what we did before. Next one's a front post, and we will go to the top and do a normal double crochet, and we will alternate like this all the way to the end. And if you're ever unsure and you can't see when you get to the end, there's our front post, and we've just done a normal double crochet. So this last one here will be the same as this side, which is a front post double crochet. Don't forget your single crochet here and place a single crochet here. So does it make much of a difference? To be honest, I don't think it does. So it's entirely up to you, chain 3 or chain 2. You can see it forming. But like I said, you can see a lot more in the darker colour. Okay guys, what do you think? Give this one a try. So simple. Thanks for tuning in. Please do subscribe, like and share, and thank you for all your lovely comments, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon.